Okay, in today's lesson, we worked on adding and subtracting decimals. The first step is always line up the decimal points. Really, you need to know that the tenths go with tenths, hundredths go with hundredths, thousandths go with thousandths. And so, let's look at the first problem. It says use the hundredths chart if it helps your thinking. When I go to add these ones up, let's say I'm gonna use this hundredths chart, but not the way they think I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna put 0.24 and then 0.607. Just as a placeholder, I'm going to put a 0 right there, but there's decimal point comes straight on down. I've got 7 thousandths, 4 hundredths, 8 tenths, and 0 out front. And so I get 0.847. For the next one, get rid of that. I'm going to do the same kind of thing. I'm going to line up the decimal points. I'm going to put 0.203 and 0.010. And then if I bring down the decimal, I've got a 3 in the thousandths place, so 1 in the hundredths place, a 2. And so I get that is 0.213. Submit. And let's keep going. Here, complete the calculation. Okay, I've got 6 tenths minus 4 tenths is 2 tenths. 2 hundredths, 2 minus 1 is 1. 1. And then this one would be a 4, and this would be a 1. So 141 and 2 tenths. Looks good. Next. Same thing here. Can I draw on this side of the board? Nope. Okay, so the problem is this. I've got 6. If this was money, I've got $38.60 minus $6.75. So I'm going to borrow from the 6 dimes, make that 5 dimes, and then I'm going to put the 10 right there. And so I've got 10 minus 5, 10 pennies minus 5 pennies is 5 pennies. 5 minus 7 would give me a negative number, so I'm going to borrow from the dollars. I'm going to make that $7. That becomes 15 dimes. And when I subtract the 7, I get 8 dimes. $1, 7 minus 6 is 1, and then 30. So I get that this is 31.85. Next. In here, I really like lining up the decimal points on these charts. So I've got a 0.15 minus 0.08. In this case, I'm going to cross off, I'm going to take from the dimes and make that 0 dimes, but that's going to make it so that I have 15 pennies. And so I get 0.07, 007, 0.07. Next, expresso that have a value greater than 1. Well, 52 cents plus 49 cents is definitely bigger than 1. 7 dimes plus 4 pennies is set, and that's not. 85 cents plus 7 more cents is like in the 90s. 90, ooh, nope, that's going to give me like 91.02. And here we go, that one also works because 0.4 plus 6.6 is 1, and then all that extra, that 0.32. Patio area garden. This diagram represents square backyard with patio area and garden. Each small 1/100th of the total backyard area. So the numbers here, there are 64.5 of these, and then there are 35.5 of these. And so if I add these two together, the decimal point would be right over here of the whole thing, if you think of this as 1. So this one would definitely work. And then I don't know why you'd subtract. 1 minus the 6, oh wait, we've got a couple different options here. It's only letting me pick one. Oh, which represents the difference between the size of the garden and the size of the patio. The difference between the size of the garden and the size of the patio. The garden is 35. Oh, it's that one there, I do believe. Although we'll see here in a second. School band has 70 students, 50% of them are sixth graders. So 70 students times 50% is 35, half of them. 30% are seventh graders, so 70 times 0.30 is 21 students. That's a 6, that's 56. And if I do 70 minus 56, I get 14 students. But if there would also be 70, there'd be 20% left, which also equals 14. And so, well, wait, how many band members? I did way too much work. 35 are sixth graders. I got in a run, and I'm like, oh, this is the question they're probably asking. Let me do, how many are seventh graders? 21. Submit. And then what percentage of our eighth graders? Oops, come on. 20% of those. Submit and explain. I would say something along the lines of 50% plus 30% equals 80%, leaving 20% eighth grade. Submit. Okay, yay! And so that one with the garden that they're looking at, just the wording was the difference. If you added them together, they should have equaled 1. And so everything's correct. If you have any questions, ask in class. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.